Yo, brothers, it's been a while. Actually, a lot of things were happening in my life. The first thing first, I had a Moroccan guy staying in my house for about a week. So, yeah, we've been going to the gym together. I wasn't driving my car to gym instead of like we walked together, so I couldn't record it. And I was visiting Sapporo as a business trip on last weekends from Thursday to Saturday. So yeah, basically, I wasn't going to the gym. No, I was going to the gym, but I couldn't record it. Also, I'm so tired that today is gonna be a rest day. Damn, this frequently happens for me, right? All of a sudden, I started like filming, but the title, also the description says day whatever, post surgery workout, rest day. Damn, I love that though. At least I can improve my English. So, what happened training wise was that I was having a pull day. I changed to PPL instead of doing bro splits. So that's the big difference if I have to compare to previous 2 to 3 years. And actually, I'm feeling really great because I used to go to the gym, let's say 5 to 6 days, when I primarily have to focus going to the university. But now I have to work my right leg or any other part. Sometimes seems like really, uncomfortable. Whoa, I just saw something. I just saw something majestic. Anyways, like sometimes my knee feels really off, so I feel like okay, no, I'm gonna say like okay, let me chill for today. I'm not gonna go to the gym. I will focus on resting. So that makes me, let's say, be able to go to the gym for 3 to 4 days hypothetically. And if I do or I keep doing bro splits, I just won't be able to hit every part of my muscle group within a week. So let's say I hit chest, arms, back. That makes it 3 days a week, right? But arms, legs, where are they? Like something like that. So yeah, as soon as I switched to bro split, I just did bro split, PPL. I just did one routine. So I've done push, pull, and I'm gonna skip legs because obviously I had a surgery. It's not feeling well yet. So far it's good because I've been to the gym on Sunday and Monday. All the body parts are feeling really sore, but it's only been a couple of days. So today I'm gonna take rest day and hopefully some parts, I'll say push day, those muscle group which I would move on with on push day would be available on tomorrow, or let's say maybe a couple of days later, so that I'll hit at least twice those muscle groups within a week, which is a huge improvement compared to previous year, if I have to say it. So I'm feeling great. And what was surprising that it actually took 1.5 hours, and that seems kind of a lot, to be honest, in the first place, because I always train like 30 minutes, 40 minutes doing bro split. That's much, more easier. It used to be easier for me to tolerate or manage within the schedule, but apparently I went to gym with my friend and we love yapping, so it takes more than we do focus on training, right? Whoa, what's going on in this area? Holy shit. Anyways, I'm not gonna like specifically mention about it, but there are some majestic cheeks. Whoa. If my girlfriend sees this, damn, she would be mad. But it's like men would act like that. Maybe women as well. It's like, I'm not gonna do something with her. I'm not gonna talk to her. Just like, oh, if you see Rihanna, whoa, she's beautiful. Something like that. Back to the point. What I was talking. So yeah, PPL is actually working well for me. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm gonna be able to do push day. Still, my chests are sore, but yeah, I think I'll be able to tolerate it. And tomorrow, I have nothing, too urgent. It's already July though. Fuck. It's already fucking July. It's so bad. Wait, let me reply to my boss real quick. Oh yeah. So tomorrow's already July. Damn. More than a half year passed already. So yeah, I had a guy living in my house, and it was actually entertaining because he's such a funny guy, bro. he's such a really unique guy, human being. Nah, if I elaborate a lot of things, I'm gonna say something. So yeah, let me skip this topic, I guess. But it was really entertaining. We talked a lot about our life, about like something stupid, whatever it takes to be. We didn't mean anything, like we just keep yapping randomly, whatever topics that it came to your mind. That's a bro or dude thing, right? I always enjoy talking with bros rather than talking to my partner or something, because that's just what it is. Probably the same thing happens to women as well. It's much more entertaining, or let's say, I'm not saying that talking with women are not entertaining, but it's more entertaining to talk with bro about like our future goals, whatever. You agree with that, right? I hope so. And like within the flow, we finally choose like, oh, dude, let's end this. We gotta go to the freaking gym, something like that. And I really enjoy it. So yeah, I really wish that I could, be together, or at least like have some interaction with him, as long as we both are available. And I hope as well that I would be able to have such friend more. Let's say I frequently be able to meet, talk, go to the gym together. It doesn't have to be the gym, like do some barbecue, whatever stuff, or really entertaining, and spending some time together, maybe doing like campfire or some shit. We never know, but I kind of really like those kind of private environments rather than just keep working, going to the gym, repeat, something like that. So yeah, recently I'm really enjoying my life. It's not the best that I had in my entire life before, but I would say there are like some ups and downs, obviously. So yeah, we just keep going with the flow. I don't want to overthink it. Just keep doing what I gotta take, and keep doing once more what I gotta do. So yeah, tomorrow. Now the thing is that it's 4 p.m. and somehow I finished my work. You know what actually happened? I was making a system. I was doing the programming, and pretty much I will say automates the flow of making a document for a legal purpose. I said the system itself, I think it's gonna take around like 1 hour, couple hours. But I said once more to my boss or other coworker, since they changed the structure, it'll take somewhere around like 1 to couple of days. So you know what happened, right? I just postponed it for tomorrow. Actually, though, I was watching the World Cup. I couldn't make it for the Japan versus Brazil, which was kind of unfortunate because I couldn't go to bed early last night. But instead, I could wake up for the match. Morocco versus Netherlands, bro. That was beast. That was for sure the best match ever in this current World Cup. Like for sure. I always try to watch almost all the matches if I could wake up. But since I do live in Japan, time lag is really huge, which would make it so hard for me to manage all the matches. And of course I do work, so it's not the same as I was in the university. But yeah, considering those aspects, I'm doing great, I guess. This is the once in 4 years anniversary like event. So I do really try to make up with the match I lastly mentioned about, bro. Like holy, that was really impressive. Like Netherlands, Morocco keep shooting, keep defending, switch vice versa, like bada bing bada boom. It was like men versus men. One of the squad bled, and Netherlands and Morocco, like they were like literally fighting each other. Damn, that was really good. It was a blessing that I could watch it. I had a really important meeting today, but since I knew it, I prepared it like way back then. And the thing is that even if it's really important, I've been doing this for like, let's say, sales for 3 to 4 months. So it's not as difficult as initially I started doing it. I kind of know the guess, and the gist, how it goes, and how it's supposed to go, so that I can get a contract. But at least what I think is that getting a contract is not the first thing, because of course if I get those contracts, I'll get a raise like shortly. But if I have to sell those like unnecessary thing, let's say it's not a product, so it's a service, so let's make it more specific. If I sell or make a contract with unnecessary service to a client, that's not a good thing. That's not a good sign in my opinion, because they would no longer use it, but they have to keep paying for it without like expecting nothing, and I'm the only one who's getting those profit from it. Nah. I always like both ways, have a really nice experience, profit from it, and really enjoy the service itself. Really, crave or get a benefit of it by using it, and in return I get the raise or bonus or whatever. So I guess that's a fair point of my point of view, and I'll try to continue that as long as I can keep feeding myself. But I'm strongly believing that I might. That's funny. I said I strongly believe in it, and I said all of a sudden I might, but it's not fixed. So let's say I might move to other country on next April. I've been meeting a lot of Moroccan people recently, so I'm starting to like get interested in Morocco, bro. Like, to be honest, holy, and at least they do speak English, so we'll see. As far as I can get a visa easily, and also a job, I guess it actually makes sense for me to move to those countries where I kind of have people who I can rely on for a brief moment, so that until I get a job, at least I won't die or I won't starve by just not having like anywhere to live. Like all of a sudden, when I reach the I'm gonna be homeless. Of course, you don't want that, right? So, yeah. I gotta figure out how to and what am I supposed to do. But yeah, that's my point. And I've been meeting a lot of like really cool people. That guy was also from Morocco. Like one of my the guy who was living in my house is one of my best friends from Morocco, and he said he doesn't really like the personality of the other guy, but you can obviously see that the aesthetic that they have in the first place was so cool, because he had like fucking like 190 something tall. I mean, he's like 6'4", 6'5" foot whatever. He weighed like 103 kilograms. Like he looks really, I mean, semi lean, regardless of he says like he's kind of I'm starting getting fat. Damn. Like all the women who were like not interacting, let's say, passed by him, were smiling like those gazes, they are like so adoring those kind of like genes. It sounds crazy, but it is what it is, right? That's the human nature. So what's like, damn, this guy gets a lot of I'm gonna put a beep, but this guy got a lot of without like even trying hard. Damn, there are a lot of differences, but yeah, we always aspire to be better. And for me, that's part of like going to the gym. It doesn't have to be like only getting bitten, but you know what I'm saying. Like we always want to progress in certain extent, so that's how we freaking do also in this YouTube channel. So I hope you guys are doing really great in the future. Of course, currently, or with your work, with your like gym sessions, studies, whatever you're getting involved in. There are obviously a lot of struggles, but after all, it'll for sure gonna be alright. Not literally everything, but most of the things are getting better for sure. Even my legs is not feeling on a spot yet. That's not too bad either. So yeah, we'll freaking see how it actually goes in the future. Let's say in a short span, like 2 months, 3 months. Here's hours, and I am expected to be able to run from next April. But I've been slacking enough, to be honest, going to rehabilitation recently, so I really gotta focus on doing that. But my boss actually asked me this morning that I have to work on next Saturday. I mean, whether or not I can work on next Saturday, and that's the only day when I can communicate with my partner, so I guess I'll have to say no. And I kind of starting to learn how to say no in a polite way, because if I keep saying no, then that won't, give me like any good project, any good like task, or whatever you call it. There is like balance, Once, for instance, last week, I was carrying those like heavy documents until Saturday noon, where in general, Saturdays are my off days, and coming back from Sapporo to Tokyo. So basically, I only had 1 day off last week. And for my work, that frequently happens, like for real. That really happens frequently, so it really sucks. It doesn't have to be like moving those documents, but there are a lot of times that I have to work almost 7 days, and there's no like day off it's not a replacement. How do you even call it? Like since you've worked 7 days last week, you are allowed to take a day off for like 3 weeks, something like that, on next week. But for my surroundings, that doesn't happen, so I gotta manage somehow by, for instance, finishing my work earlier than the shift time. the contract time, whatever time that is written on the paper when you get employed. And literally that was today. So somehow we gotta manage it. It's not like all the day we can't slack off, because that will make you really in a bad position, in my opinion. You keep having those bad habits without making any progress or revenue, but still keep expecting those high salary from a company. That's not the way how it works, right? So for me, this is how we do. I'm not gonna elaborate it, but keep going to the gym, part of like from my main job, so that I will at least feel energetic and at least have something that I can do afterwards, going to my work. So I guess that's almost all for it for today. I really appreciate you watching as always, and I'll freaking see you tomorrow. Peace.